Abhijit, can you?
Yeah. Thank you, Ravi. Thank you. So now I would like to invite our next speaker. So now we have speaker Dr. Vivek Deshmukh. He completed his bachelor degree from VNKV Parbani, master degree from Tamil Nadu Agriculture University Coimbatore, and PhD from Japan. During his PhD, he received the Japanese government fellowship as well as Hideki Nakajima fellowship for his PhD degree. After PhD, he served couple of years as a postdoctoral fellow at America and Columbia, and now he is working as a researcher at a hydroponic plant facility in Japan. So without taking much time, I would like to invite our next speaker, Dr. Vivek Deshmukh. Vivek, please.
Can you hear?
Yeah.
Okay, so good evening all, and thank you Abhijit sir for my introduction. So today I will talk about the national and international opportunities in industrial career. So this is just my background, which is the same introduced by Abhijit sir. So I will move to the next. So this is the outline of my presentation. So today I will talk about the different topics related with finding jobs in industries. So first is what is needed for a job, then where and when we can start, then way from academia to industry, then homework for job interview, then other topics. So I will explain one by one. So the first topic is prerequisites for job. So what we need before searching job is of course strong CV. We should have a good CV which is more impressive. Then we need to make the CV more impressive, we need to achieve many things in our academics. So we need like a good like a degree from good university or college. So during that degree program, which may be bachelor, masters, or doctoral degree program, you have to write many research publications. So if you publish more research papers, it will help you to strengthen your CV. Then the next point is you should also write some book chapters or some review papers. Then you also can attend different conferences, which may be national and international level conferences. And if you present in those conferences, that experience will also you can write in your CV. Then next is the skill development, which is one of the most important factor when you present your CV to someone. What they are more interested, especially in the industrial career, is how many skills you have developed in your academic degree or the work experience during your work previously. Then next point is extracurricular activities, which may be related with your personal goals such as sport, then academics programs or anything. But you also have to give some importance to these points as these points also matter in your CV. So you can give equal importance to above mentioned points. Then everyone is searching the ideal job. Everyone wants the best job, but what is the more important is, as I mentioned in the previous slide, skills. The number of skills you develop during your degree program, they will help you to get you the good job. And you also have to know what is your interest, in which company or which industry you have to find job. Then you also need to know like how many jobs are there in the market, and what will be the salary, or how much money they can pay to you. So these points are important when someone wants to find ideal job. Then next point is job searching, when and where to start. So this is very important point, as when we should start to search the job. So I will basically talk more about the industrial jobs. So if you want to find the jobs in industrial sector, you have to start 1 year to 6 months before graduation. For example, if you are going to graduate next year, you have to start finding jobs from this year. So it will save your time, and it will reduce the burden when you graduate. So once you graduate, there should be a job in your hand. So in order to do that, you should have started job searching 1 year to 6 months before graduation. Then you have to target the group of companies, like which company is more suitable to your background. So you might have completed your bachelor or masters in a different field, maybe from biotechnology or other fields such as breeding or agronomy, or any background. But you have to target group of companies which are more suitable to your background. And next point is you have to prioritize them, like which company is best for you, then the second best, third best, and so on. So if you prioritize, then it is the better way that you can focus for the different companies. Then after that, where to do job. So the choice of the company is most important. So if you choose the company which is more suitable to your background, then you can enjoy the job you are doing in that company. And then you have to target the companies which have the bright future. For example, pharmaceutical industry, or medical, or IT, or artificial intelligence related companies, robotics, and so on. So these companies are growing companies, and in future for these companies there is a much bright future. So, and you also can earn more money. So you can target such companies to do job. Then the next point is homework for job interview. So what you need to do in order to prepare for job interview. So first point is take all needed information related to that organization or a company where you are going to give an interview. So for example, if you are going to give interview, you are invited for interview in the IT industry, or some agriculture related company, you have to know the history of that company, and how that company works, how many branches are there, and the area of interest. For example, if you are interested in the research, so what kind of research the company carry on, and where you can place yourself in that research group or that research organization. So in order to know that, you have to gather the all information of that company. Then you can practice the mock interview. So for that, you have to make the list of questions, which may be easy, most easy questions and most difficult questions. So you can make the list of questions, and most suitable or best answers to those questions, and you can practice the mock interview. Then you have to prepare the most difficult questions related to yourself. So interviewer can ask you any questions. If the questions are related to science or academics, you can handle them. But if interview asks you questions related to yourself, for example, what is your strength or what is your weakness, so you have to be ready to answer those questions. And sometimes if you are not sure, you can say I don't know, but you have to prepare for the most difficult questions. Then you also have to prepare, like, what is the biggest failure in your life and how you overcome it. So this question usually asked when you have some work experience, and these questions matter more because it is very important how you face the failures in your life and how you overcome it. Or failures may be related with your life or with your work. So failures related with your work is more important and you should focus them. Then you have to convince the interviewer why they should hire you. So you have to get out of the box, or you have to get out of the crowd. So you should have something special so that you should be selected for the job. And you also have to convince the interviewer like how effective you will be if you are selected for that job, or how your skills and how your knowledge is helpful to the company, so they should hire you. So you have to convince the interviewer. Then next point is you have to grab the attention of interviewer. So in order to grab the attention, first point is you have to write good CV. You should have good CV format, and if your CV is more impressive, the first impression is there. Without interviewing, you put your impression on interviewing committee. Then next is you have to tell your career goal and skills you developed in your academics or in your past life. Then you should also modify your CV and cover letter and other material to each application and company. So when you apply for many companies, you have to change your CV accordingly. If you present the same CV to each company with same objective, then you reduce your chances of getting selected. So you have to take some efforts in order to make your CV and cover letter more impressive. So it is better to change during each application. Then most important and difficult question, academia or industry. So as you heard the previous talk from Dr. Ullas, so he talked more about the academia. So I will talk more about the industry related jobs. So when to go for a job or when we should switch from academia to industry. So in order to do that, you have to decide your life goal, like what you want to achieve in your life. So depending on that, you can choose where you have to go. And for industry related jobs, earlier switch is always better. For example, if you are doing masters and you are interested more in the industry, then you should not go to PhD. Like if you have to get a job in industry, then you should focus more related with industrial jobs and find more companies. But if you are focusing for the academics, like if you want to be have a more focused goal in the basic research or academic research, then you should go for that. But switching earlier is better. So for PhD students also it is the same. Like after PhD, if you want to go for industrial job, you should switch after your PhD rather than going for the postdoc. Then next point is academics and industry is totally different. So the work experience or the kind of job you do in academic and industry is different. So you have to choose quickly. And you also have to focus like how your background can fit to the target industries. So depending on that, you can switch your fit. Then the next point is research, how different it is. So I will talk about the academic research and industrial research. Academic research is more basic research. Is more basic research. It is flexible, you have freedom, and long-term results are acceptable in academic research. But industrial research, is more practical research and more output oriented, you have to give the product immediately. So these are the most important points in the academic and industrial research. And then how your academic background suits to the company is also very important. If you are doing research in your master's or doctoral, and you find the company or you go for the company interview, then you have to see how your background suits to the company, and how you are useful to the company is also much important. So if you have good research skill and good background, then you are and that research skills are suitable to that company, then you are useful to that company. Otherwise they will not select you. So you have to see how useful you are to the company. Then next point is way from academia to industry. So in this you have to focus on your skill. In academics you have to more skill based. Then you have to recognize your skills and highlight them in your CV, which is also important point. Then critical thinking is important in academic jobs, in industrial jobs. So you have to find the problems, and you have to give a good solution to that problem. So critical thinking is one of the important tasks. Then technical writing. So in technical writing you have to do many reports and data analysis. So if you are good in the technical writing, you increase the chances of being selected. Then next is the data modeling. In that you have to arrange the data nicely, and you have to have good output. Then you also have to rank your skills by yourself. So in which skill you are good at. For example, academic skills, but academic skills are less have less priority in the industrial jobs, because you have to show more technical skills for industries. So in that technical writing, if you know programming, then problem solving nature. So these points are more considered in the industrial jobs. Then non-technical skills are also important. For example, communication skill you have to develop nicely. If you improve your communication skill, you can increase the chances of collaborative research, and you also can gain more knowledge and experience from you also can know the experience from different people from your group. And another point is the time management, which is also one of the non-technical skills. So how better you manage your time is also important. So during your academics, you also have to develop the additional skills, which may be like leadership, interpersonal skills, or innovations. So if you have some innovations or some innovative ideas, you can put in your interview, so that you can impress the interviewer to get selected for the specific jobs. Then next point is research related jobs in private organizations. So there are many jobs which are also related with the research field. So you can choose those jobs after your master's, PhD, or postdocs at different levels. You can go for the research related jobs. For the masters, there is a quality analyst jobs in the pharmaceutical industries. And then for those jobs, you don't have to finish your PhD at the bachelor's or master's levels. You can become a researcher or a scientist. So you can just finish your master's and bachelor, and you can go for those jobs. Then after PhD, yeah, you can go for the SRF, like senior research fellow or a researcher. But if you want to go in the industrial field or industry jobs, then you don't have to go for the postdoc. Sometimes after the PhD, you easily get the postdoc. But if that is not your aim, then you should not go for that, because in that case, if you just go for the postdoc, you are just delaying the inevitable. Then after the postdoc, you also can become a researcher. So you can get the post like scientist 1 to 3rd level. And here I have shown the way until the CEO of the company. So after the scientist 1st to 3rd, you can become the group leader, then director, then vice president of the research, then vice president of research and development division, and then CEO. But this way is also applicable to other fields, such as I mentioned, for the PhD or masters. When you have a lot of experience, you can achieve the more in your life. Then try to choose academic advisor who has more links to local companies. So if you have to increase the chances of industrial jobs, then you have to choose the academic advisor during your master's or doctoral degree who has more connections in the industrial companies. So those connections can help you to get the job. Then you also have to create your own network. For example, you have to get in contact with your seniors or lab postdocs or industry leaders, so that during the job searching, it will be more helpful. Then next point is where to find the jobs. So this is very important. Like many students don't know where to find the jobs. So there are many job recruiting companies nowadays you can find online. So you can just log into their website and you can start searching jobs. In job recruiting companies, there are 3 categories: third-party employee, so which is like one company employ you for other company, but you don't have to pay to that company. The next company will pay to this third-party employee, but it is a bit complicated. Then second category is the research-related job recruiters. There are nowadays many research-related job recruiting companies also on website. You can search. Then contract employee. So in this, you get a contract job of 1 or 2 years, and depending on your performance, they can increase your contract or decline your contract. So this is one of the category. Then you also can find jobs on the company's website. So as I mentioned earlier, if you are interested in the group of companies or specific company, you have to keep looking company's website, and when there is a vacancy, you should apply on the company's website. Then you also have to make your own network. So this is very important point in order to get job easily. Nowadays, many positions in companies or industries are filled without advertisement. So just by mouth advertisement, they are filled. So when you have good network, you increase the chances of getting job. Then entry-level research positions, they are a bit difficult to search and also less paid. But once you get the position in company, after getting the experience, you get more payment. So you also should look for the entry-level research position, because after the finishing graduation or post-graduation, sometimes you cannot get the better position. So just entry-level research position also works well. Then you also can find the jobs on the social media like LinkedIn or Facebook nowadays. Then there is job posting sites are also there. In Japan, many job fairs are conducted. I am not sure in other countries, but there are many job fairs. You should also attend job fairs, and campus interviews are also conducted in big universities. So you should take part in those interviews. Then you should always aim for the full-time job, which is better, and the job in which you are interested is more important. Next point is more interviews you give, you will find most appealing job. So when you have more chances to give interview, you should face them. Then what is the more marketable nowadays is artificial intelligence. So the jobs related with AI are highly paid, and they have more bright future nowadays. Then the jobs related with the pharmaceutical industries, biopharma, drug designing, technicians jobs are also highly paid. Quality analysis and quality check jobs also you can target. And last is PhD needed to get industrial jobs? So answer is a no. So many companies nowadays recruit the bachelor or master students in their companies. Contract manufacturing organizations or contract research organizations, they recruit more bachelor or master student compared to PhD, because obviously the number also matters, like bachelor students are more compared to the masters or PhD. So according to that, they recruit more bachelor students. And when you do masters or PhD, you have developed more specific interest, and sometimes it is difficult to find same interest. So giving jobs to PhD is more difficult to contract manufacturing organizations or contract research organizations. Nowadays, many pharmaceutical industries, they outsource their jobs like drug development or manufacturing tasks to different companies. So in that case, they recruit bachelor or master students. Then there is more demand in the manufacturing and operations for bachelor or master's degree students compared to the PhD. And last point is spatial skills, which plays major role for your jobs. So the number of skills you developed in your academics is very important and play major role to get the job in the industrial field or private companies. Yeah, that's all. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Vivek, for such an informative talk. So there is one question from Dr. from Akshay Patil, who is asking like, what are the skill sets that freshers needed for the jobs in industry, like for freshers?
So it depend on the type of industry which you are focusing. But for example, if you are focusing the jobs in the pharmaceutical company, then you should have more skills related with the pharmaceuticals. If you are going for the research or other thing, just I will give my example. Now I am doing job in the hydroponics company. So I finished my doctoral study in the agriculture. So hydroponics is also related with agriculture. So the skills which I developed in doctoral, like data analysis or the modeling and basic research skills in the crop science, helped me to get the job. So depending on the industry, you should have skills in order to get the jobs.
Okay. So there is one next question. Can you able to read that question from Shruti?
Sorry.
Okay, I will read it, no problem. Does the job prospect increase for a student by pursuing masters from the institutions such as like IITs? Will be more.
Can you repeat?
Does the job prospects increase for students who pursue their masters from the institution like IITs or any good institute like that?
Yeah, sure. So when you finish your master's or bachelor from the high-ranking universities, then you increase the job opportunities. Yeah, it is true that you increase the job opportunities.
Okay, so one next question, doing PhD will cause like reduction in the chance for getting the industrial job?
Uh, it is, yeah, we can say it will decrease the chances, but if you if you try to find the jobs which are more suitable to your background, then you increase the chances, right? So doing PhD is just you are getting more specialized in the specific field, but you will increase the chances if you find the jobs related with your background. Yeah.
Okay. So I have one general question,
Yes.
what are the advantages of international career, like industrial career or national industrial career?
What is the advantages?
Yeah, like international industrial career or the national industrial career.
So international or national, it is also related with company you are going to select. So in India or in any country, there are nowadays many multinational companies. So if you do jobs in those companies, you can do jobs nationally or internationally. But it is more related with your payment. So which where you get more payment is more important.
Okay. So I think one last question from Bhakti. She is a bachelor from the agriculture biotechnology. So she is just asking which one is better for me, like academic or industrial career?
It depends on your life goals. So what you want to achieve in your life is more important. So if you are just want to get a stable life, you should go for the uh, industrial jobs. But if you have uh, good goals like serving for the society or research related, if you are paid less is better, then you should go for the academics.
Okay. So one more question from Hanumant Wadekar. So how to get job in Japan for those who never visited Japan previously?
So in order to get job in Japan, the first criteria is the language. So you have to learn the Japanese. There are different level, like from EN5 to EN1. So first hurdle is the language. And if you are good in the specific field, for example, IT or engineering, then you increase the chances of getting selected in the specific companies. So you should start searching the jobs in those companies.
Okay. So that's it, Dr. Vivek. And thank you for your talk and addressing all the questions. So now I request Dr. Manoj Pohre